Hello relatives, welcome to yet another video. My name is Thandeka Ndete. Thank you very much for stepping in. Thank you very much for joining on this channel. Here we do all things wellness. This is a platform where we create or build healthy relationships between parents and their children. This is a platform of child-parent support. This is where I support children and their parents to build strong and resilient relationships where a child is able to express how their thoughts and their feelings to their parents, and the parents are able to accept the child's individuality, and they're able to accept who their child is and help the child to grow by creating a safe space in the home. So we've been talking on the previous video. I've been talking about adapting to modern parenting, because I feel like it is important to adapt to modern parenting. We must not be stereotyped or be wanting to insist on doing things the way things were done to us, the way we grew up. Things are changing, technology is taking over, and we need to make sure we move on, we shift as the things are shifting in the world, in the space we are living in. We also need to shift, and we are raising children who are so interested on things that they find on technology. Our children are always online, they're always on their phones online, and we need to know what are they doing, what is their interest, what are they interested in kangaga online, what are they doing, which apps are they opening, what are they consuming, what kind of content are they consuming, which apps are they downloading, and why. So this is the long and short of modern parenting, as I've spoken on the previous videos. So here I just want to wrap up on this topic, because on the next video I want to start a new topic based on modern parenting. So this is just the breakdown of the wrapping up of the pointers we've been speaking about, and just in conclusion I want to speak about the importance of modern parenting in using technology. Here I've got 5 points. The first one says using apps and online resources to monitor and support our kids development. We need to know what using apps and using online technology is not a bad thing, as long as we monitor, as long as we support our children and monitor what kind of content are they consuming, is it beneficial or not. And we need to communicate with our children. They need to know we are on the front line when it comes to them and their phones and their online time. And as parents, we need to manage time. Children must not always be online. There are other things that children must do. There are chores. They need to go outside and play with other children, to be social beings. They need to maintain that thing of playing outside, getting fresh air. The child must not always be glued on a phone. So as a parent, you need to monitor the time that the child is spending online and what are they consuming and for how long. We need to monitor that and set boundaries for them. The second point says having open conversations about mental health, social media, and relationships. We need to speak openly with our children about the negative impact of social media, because our children feel like everyone who's successful is on social media. They don't know the downside of being on social media. They don't know the negative impacts that sometimes that can bring on their mental health, and how their lives can get out of hand sometimes through the very same social media or being online. So they need to know when is the right time of them taking themselves to those platforms where they are being out there, seen by other people. They need to know the advantages and the disadvantages of being online and giving yourself out to the world. Let's say your child wants to start a YouTube channel, or they want to go to TikTok, or they want to go to Instagram to have a profile there. They want to expose themselves to the world. As children, as parents, it is our responsibility to talk to our children about the good side and the bad side of being on those social media platforms. We need to make our children learn more and know what are they putting themselves into if they take themselves out to those platforms. The third one says, encourage kids to pursue their passions and interest. It is important as parents to make sure that we encourage our children to pursue their passions. We must not be parents who say, this is what I wanted to do when I was young. I could not do it because of such and such reasons. So now I want you, my child, to be that person. Your child cannot live your life. You lived your life. You're still living your life. Let your child be free to spread their wings and self-actualize and find who they are and why are they here on earth. They cannot find that if we want to impose ourselves onto our children. Let your child be an individual and let your child express who they are and navigate their journey. You are just a parent. You are there to monitor, to support, to encourage, to help, to bring direction, but you do not need to overwhelm the child by imposing your thoughts and your feelings on the child. Let them be the person that they're supposed to be and just rally them on the side, supporting them and encouraging them to be the person that they're supposed to be. The fourth one says setting boundaries and being consistent while also being understanding and empathetic. Set boundaries and be consistent with those boundaries. If you say the child has 40 minutes screen time every day after school, let 40 minutes be 40 minutes. Do not overextend time just to please your child. Our children know when we set boundaries and we mean them, because we're going to be consistent on those boundaries. But if we set boundaries and we let children be, we don't monitor, we don't check on what we agreed upon, if it's happening or not, children know how to manipulate parents, and we need to make sure we set boundaries and we are consistent. The last one says teaching kids about diversity, inclusion, and social responsibility. Our children need to be socially responsible. They need to know the importance of being a social being on social media. They need to know the importance of socializing with other children, that they don't need only to be online. The friendships that they're making online are not as important as the friendships that they're making socially. We are social beings as human beings. So our children need to know, apart from being online and having friends online, whether on WhatsApp or whatever, you also need to interact with the outside world. Physical interaction. Go build friendships. Go play with other kids. Be that person that has inclusion. Include other people in your life. As much as we also teach them to set boundaries, but we also need to teach them the importance of inclusion. Thank you very much, royalties, for tuning in and for stepping by. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for your time, and see you on the other side of the other video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.